Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining us today for our virtual information session for FIU's Master of Health Services Administration. If you're here today, it's because you're thinking about probably the next steps in your career and a way to scale up in leadership. And I just want to say that you're in the right place because our master's program really is a great way to go ahead and grow and develop your career and take you to the next steps. So let's go ahead and get started. My name is Carla Maria. I am part of the FIU Online team at the university, and I've been part of the FIU Online team really for about 10 years now. And in my role, I work to make sure that professionals like yourselves have access to the university's online and hybrid programs. So that is my role. And I have a team of people here that I would love for you to meet, because if you decide to join the program, you will get to work closely with each of these people who are part of the program and part of our university. The first person that I would like to introduce to you is Dr. Tina Young, Interim Program Director and Clinical Assistant Professor for the program. Dr. Young, can you give a warm welcome to our prospective students?
Thank you so much, Carla. Welcome, everyone. Thank you for taking the time out to join our information session. We have a packed event full of details about both the fully online master's program as well as the fast track hybrid program. So thanks again for joining.
Thank you, Dr. Young. And with us today is also Dr. Howard Holness, Interim Associate Dean of Administration for the Nicole Wertheim College of Nursing and Health Sciences. Dr. Holness, can you also give a warm welcome to our prospective students?
Thank you for that, Carla. Good evening, everyone. As Carla mentioned, my name is Dr. Howard Holness. I'm one of the associate deans within the college, along with Dean George Valdez, who sends his greetings. Our job here as deans of the college is to ensure that your department and you, the students, have everything that you need to make your journey here within this program a success. So again, thank you for your interest in the program, and we hope that you decide to join us and be a part of our Panther Nation.
Thank you, Dr. Holness. And with us today is also Dr. Mariceli Comelas, Clinical Assistant Professor for the degree. Dr. Comelas, would you also say hello to our future Panthers?
Absolutely. Thank you, Carla. Welcome, everyone, and good evening. Yes, I teach in the Masters of Health Services Administration program, and it's an honor to get to meet you today. Hopefully, we'll get a very upbeat information session, and I look forward to in the future meeting you.
Thank you, Dr. Comelas. And we also have with us Dr. Amanda Emery, Director of Student Services. Dr. Emery, would you also be able to say hello to our future Panthers?
Absolutely. Good evening and welcome, future Panthers. Again, my name is Amanda Emery and I serve as the Director of Student Services. Happy to be on the call with everybody tonight. And we work closely with both the faculty and the administration to make sure students have everything they need to be successful in their courses and get to the graduation stage.
Thank you, Dr. Emery. And well, you learned a little bit about each of us on the call, and we would also love to learn a little bit about you, and particularly why you're here, why you're considering earning your master's degree in Health Services Administration. And here are some of the reasons that I have heard from some of the current and former students, but I would love to hear from you. If you can just go ahead and let us know via chat, what is your motivation? What is driving you to earn that master's degree? I'd love to hear from you. And in the meantime, Dr. Young, what have been some of the reasons you have heard from current and past students as to why they end up deciding to join the Master's in Health Services Administration?
Thanks, Carla. Yeah, our students, we get a mixture of students joining our program. We have a lot of early careerists in our program, along with students who just graduated with a bachelor's degree. A lot of students do want that professional career development, that growth in their career. They're ready to take that next step in their career, so they decide to pursue a master's in health services administration. Others do want maybe that higher salary that they can attain with a master's degree. So it really does run the gamut. But I'm looking forward to hear what our attendees have to say today.
Well,
So career advancement.
yes, career advancement, a higher salary, kind of like echoing what you just shared, Dr. Young, career growth, new opportunities, salary, increasing salaries. This kind of like echoes, those of you who are here today, some of the reasons from our current and past students. So thank you for sharing your reason, your why. And Dr. Young, thank you for also sharing some of the reasons you have heard why our current and past students ended up joining the program. And there really is no wrong answer, because each of us are driven by different motivators. And the important thing is that we want to help you get to your next step. And I also want to talk about FIU. So Florida International University is the public research university in South Florida. We are part of the state university system in Florida. We're a public university. And some of our biggest pride points are that we offer bachelor's, master's, and doctoral degrees across many different disciplines, including nursing, engineering, business, and law. And also, we offer across all of our online and on-campus programs, we offer over 190 programs. And currently, FIU is one of the largest public universities in the United States based on enrollment class size. So we have over 50,000 students enrolled across all of our programs. And we are #1 in the nation for offering offering and awarding bachelor's and master's degrees to Hispanic students. So just a few of our pride points, and I just want to share that if you decide to join the FIU community, you are really joining a large community across all of our students and our alumni and our faculty and our research. And something else about FIU is that from the very beginning, FIU has always catered to very busy students. So our students are, the majority of our students are juggling different things in their lives, whether it's at home, whether it's on the job, whether it's with the family. And for us as an institution, it's very important that our programs are accessible and flexible so that our students can complete the degrees that they're looking to earn. So from the very beginning, we've always catered to students who need that flexibility. So at FIU, we have developed FIU Online, and really the FIU Online department is here to support you across your online student experience to make sure that you have an engaging experience as you earn your degree. And really what we're looking to do is just making sure that you have access to the best quality education in an online modality, regardless of like where you're located or when's the best time for you to connect and complete your coursework, whether it's at 3 p.m. or at 3 a.m. That's what we're here for. And we've been offering online education really for a long time now, for over 25 years. We're actually at our 25-year anniversary right now. And today, from all our degree programs, we offer a total of 120 degree programs and tracks in a fully online or hybrid modality. So our programs are really here to make sure that they're flexible in such a way that you can earn your degree without really interrupting other responsibilities that you have going on in your life. Now, let's talk about the Master of Health Services Administration. This is a program that offers you two different options. You can either complete the program 100% online, meaning you never have to come to campus, or you can complete the program in a hybrid fast track modality. So this is ideal for somebody who still wants to have that on-campus engagement and who is local to South Florida. So let's talk about each of these options. So the 100% online program, it's a 24-month program. And the hybrid fast track program is 18 months. So the fast track one, the hybrid option, it is a little bit faster for you to complete that degree. Now, both options, they're the exact same degree. It's just that we give you two different options to complete them. So both options consist of 16 courses or the equivalent of 48 credits. Now, here's where some of the differences come in. The online option consists of courses that are 16 weeks long, so the traditional university 16-week semester, and the hybrid fast track option consists of courses that are 8 weeks long. Now, for all of the 16 courses, the online program offers a tuition of $36,000, and the hybrid fast track option offers a tuition of $31,200. And let's talk a little bit, we're going to talk a little bit more later in the following slide about how the classes are broken up for the hybrid fast track option for those of you who are interested. But basically it's 50% online and 50% on campus. Now, a few other features and benefits of our program are that the program does prepare you for the Lean Six Sigma Green Belt training and certification. And we were ranked by the Guide to Online Schools as 22nd in the country for best masters in healthcare administration. So just a few of our features. And we're currently admitting students for the next start of the program, which is in January 2024. Now, if you want to join that cohort of the program, you must apply by December 1st. Now, let's talk about the hybrid fast track option. So again, you can either complete this program fully online, or if you're local to South Florida and you wish to complete the fast track hybrid option, this is kind of like what the schedule looks like. You'll be completing the program in 4 different semesters. And in the first 2 semesters, you'll be taking your courses at the Biscayne Bay campus, so that's in North Miami. And then in the fall semester, which is your 3rd semester, you'll be taking your courses at the Modesto AMID campus, which is the campus on 8th Street and 107th Avenue. And then in spring, in your last semester, again, you'll be taking your courses at the North Miami Biscayne Bay campus. And kind of like what the schedule looks like for the hybrid option is that 1 week you'll be on campus, and then the following week you'll take your courses online through an asynchronous modality. And it'll go back and forth, like 1 week on campus, 1 week online, and like that you will complete the entire semester. So I guess, Dr. Young, would you like to maybe add anything? Is there maybe something I missed that our future students should be aware of?
Thanks, Carla. Yeah, I just wanted to add to what Carla said. So although the classes are on campus, we do meet, the earliest class time is at 5 p.m. So it does work with those individuals or those prospective students who are working professionals. So that's the earliest classes will start. And typically, depending on the semester, you may have 2 classes once a week, or 1 class, 2 classes twice a week. So yeah, so it is offered in the evening times, which is possible to meet the needs of our students.
Thank you, Dr. Young. Now, talking more about why this program exists, why we're preparing the future leaders in health services administration, I want to share a question to the group, which is, what are the top challenges faced by healthcare administrators today? And we've got some of the challenges here on the screen, but if you're currently working in healthcare and you're thinking about joining the program, we'd love to hear from you as to some of the challenges you've seen in the field. And in the meantime, Dr. Young, can you elaborate on what are some of the top challenges faced by healthcare administrators today?
Thanks, Carla. I think nowadays, post-pandemic, I think a lot of clinical and non-clinical healthcare workers are faced with burnout. You know, there are staffing shortages that we're experiencing within our healthcare system. So I think that is one of the main challenges that our healthcare sector is and will continue to experience. But I wanted to turn it over to Dr. Comelas for her remarks on this question as well.
Thank you, Dr. Young. Yes, thank you for the opportunity of expanding on this. I've heard from students, and I also do research on this, and I teach the research course associated with the program. So based on all the factors mentioned, I think that cybersecurity is definitely an issue. Health information technologies, advancements, and or the lack of advancement. I think privacy is a big important issue to mention. What else? The shortage of healthcare professionals. It's another challenge that I hear from our students. This discovery. Yes.
Thank you, Dr. Comelas, and thank you, Dr. Young. And now let's, now that we've kind of like touched up on the challenges, let's talk about the courses of the program. I'd love to, for us to have a conversation as to how the courses of our program are really helping prepare our graduating students to tackle some of the challenges. And so I'm going to ask for our faculty here today who are on the panel, if you can just talk a little bit about the courses that you teach and what our students can expect from each of the courses, and also like, what is your favorite thing about the course that you teach? So I guess let's start off with Dr. Young.
Thanks, Carla. So I typically do teach the first couple of classes during the first semester of your tenure in the program. So health policy is actually one of my favorite subjects because policy in general impacts us every day. So it is really interesting, especially from the perspective of the healthcare sector, right? Because it's so important. We all require healthcare services. So in that course, we learn about the foundations of health policies, how health policy making phases, all the how you develop the policy, how you bring issues to the forefront and focus on those issues. So yeah, it's a really interesting course. I also teach management and organization in healthcare, which actually students enjoy more based on the feedback they've given me, only because I think it's more relatable to what they're currently doing in their careers. And so yeah, it's definitely a first semester where we introduce these concepts to our students to prepare our students as they continue on through the curriculum in the program. Another course that I like is quality assessment and outcomes in healthcare. And it is in that course actually where we do offer that Lean Six Sigma training and certification. So once the students enroll in that class, you'll also be automatically enrolled in the training and certification. And at the end of this course, and at the end of that course, you'll be certified as a green belt in Lean Six Sigma.
Thank you, Dr. Young. And Dr. Comelas, would you be able to share about the courses you teach?
Absolutely. Thank you again. Sure. I teach typically the Health Service Administration research courses where students embark in this discovery journey of Health Service Administration research, discovering towards the end of the curriculum how can they reshape healthcare management through policy, changes in the infrastructure of the healthcare systems. Students learn evaluation, assessment, analysis, which is something that we, regardless of any career, it's very important to have. So students already come with concerns about healthcare. And so this is the course where they get to explore those elements that affect healthcare nowadays that we talked about at the beginning of the information session, finding many times groundbreaking solutions along with myself or sometimes the faculty that we work with. And recently I started teaching the healthcare informatics course, which is absolutely terrific. Students learn how to employ the power of technology and bridge that gap between what healthcare is and the advancements in healthcare and patient-centered care, privacy, artificial intelligence. They find applications and they analyze those. And I'm not going to get too much into the details, of course, but it's a very exciting class, and it's new. It's a class that has been redesigned, so it's very exciting to have this opportunity to work with students so that they can optimize the resources that we have in healthcare and information technologies to hopefully enhance patient outcomes.
Thank you, Dr. Comelas. You know, one of the things that I like most about this program is really that it prepares our students to work in many different functional areas within their organizations as to related to health services, whether it's finance or working with the legal teams in HR. It's really preparing our students to be able to have conversations with the different stakeholders across the organizations that they may be a part of, and regardless of what functional area that they are working with. So, but thank you, Dr. Young, and thank you, Dr. Comelas, for expanding on the courses of the program. And I also want to share that this program does offer additional benefits and features. So the students who are beginning in the program in the spring of 2024 are eligible to apply to 3 different FIU Online scholarships. And these scholarship opportunities, they are limited, so not every single student will be able to benefit from these scholarships, but I encourage you to apply to these scholarships. So there's 3 different opportunities. Our first is our FIU Online Corporate and Community Scholarship. It's a $2,000 award, and it's awarded to a select number of either members or employees of organizations which are making an impact in communities and in our industries. So if you're thinking about joining this program, I can almost bet that you were probably a part of an organization, or maybe you work for an employer that is making some sort of impact. So we'd love for you to apply to the scholarship. Our next scholarship is the FIU Online Academic Merit Scholarship. It's also a $2,000 award, and it's awarded to a select number of students with high GPAs from your undergraduate. So if you have a high GPA from your undergraduate degree, we really want you to apply to this scholarship. And lastly, we have our FIU Online Get Started Scholarship. This is a $1,000 award to support a select number of students who are facing some sort of challenge or hardship. So if you are facing a hardship, we'd love for you to also apply to the scholarship. Now, I also want to share with you that over the past 3 years, we have awarded over $200,000 in scholarship awards to over 100 students. So that's a lot of aid, a lot of benefit for our students. And I also want to share this with you that I personally meet a lot of prospective students who are kind of like turned off from applying to scholarships because they're not guaranteed. But my word of advice is to please go ahead and apply to these scholarships, because the the reality is that you may be selected as a scholarship recipient. And the process to apply to these scholarships, it's pretty simple. You have to apply to the program and be admitted. And then once you are admitted and once you have applied, you visit that website that's at the bottom of the screen. Feel free to take a print screen of this, fiu.academicworks.com. So that website is actually FIU's scholarship portal. And then there you can go ahead and use your FIU credentials, which you will be given once you apply. And you can go ahead and then apply to each of these scholarships. But that's not all. So on this scholarship portal, there are many other scholarship listings. And what I encourage you to do is to sit down with like a cup of water, tea, or coffee, and look through each of these scholarship listings, see which ones you are eligible for, and go ahead and apply for these. Because again, there's a lot of aid out there for you, and we just want to connect you to it. Now, this program, our Master's in Health Services Administration program, is eligible for federal financial aid. So this is also a benefit and a feature that you may be able to benefit from. So the process for the federal financial aid is to go ahead and visit studentaid.gov, or go ahead and download the My Student Aid mobile app. And then there you can complete the application, the free application for federal student aid, or the FAFSA, as many people know it. The FAFSA application, we encourage you to go ahead and apply 2 months prior to the term you wish to start. So right now is a perfect time to go ahead and submit that FAFSA application if this is something you're thinking about. You will need FIU's federal school code, which is 009635. Every university and college that is part of the FAFSA has a code, and we just need you to add that code in your application so that FAFSA sends us your information. If not, we won't know that you applied to the financial aid. So just feel free to also take a print screen of this slide as well. And just something to keep in mind, when you go ahead and apply for the FAFSA, you're going to need your tax information, your tax return from 2 years ago. So for 2023 through 2024 academic year, you're going to need your tax documents from 2021. So just be aware of that so that you're able to complete your application in a fast way. Now, regarding admissions and application, again, the deadline, if you want to begin in January, the deadline to apply is December 1st. So you still have time, but I would encourage you to go ahead and apply early, just to make sure that you're not up against the clock afterwards. So the way to apply is to visit go.fiu.edu/apply. So on that website, it will take you to FIU's graduate admissions portal. You'll be asked to create an account. And then you will use that to go ahead and fill in your information. Now, the admissions requirements are a bachelor's degree with a minimum of 3.0 GPA in the last 60 credits. And then also the application documents that you will need include official transcripts in a sealed envelope, and also a personal statement, a one-page document that integrates a detailed description from your background, educational experience, professional experience, and other stories that you may want to share that show a commitment to the field. Now, if you're an international student or you completed your bachelor's degree in a country where English is not the primary language, you will also need a few other things. You'll need a proof of degree, notarized copy of original diploma if the degree is not posted on the official transcript. But then also you will need an official transcript translation if the transcripts are not in English. And you're going to need a course-by-course evaluation from a NACCES member. So again, we have some of those on our website, and we can go ahead and send you some of those if you are on this boat. But then also you will need a proof of English proficiency, and there's a few options for you. from the TOEFL to the IELTS to the Duolingo. So a few housekeeping requirements for our international students. And I also want to share this. So there's the application process of submitting your application at go.fiu.edu/apply. That process, so creating your account and inputting your information, it will take you about 10 to 15 minutes to go ahead and complete all that. It's basically going to ask you information about you, but then also information about the institutions where you completed your former degrees. And then all of your admissions documents, such as your transcripts or your personal statement or any of the requirements for international students, you can submit those afterwards. So again, the actual application process, like the actual submitting the application, takes about 10 to 15 minutes. And then the documents, you submit them afterwards. And actually, we are here to help you with that because as you're gathering these documents, we understand that you may have questions. So we are here for that. But what we want to have you do is go ahead and submit that application so that we can go ahead and support you along the way of completing all of those additional documents that are needed. Now, something else. There's normally a $30 application fee for our graduate admissions. However, we do not want you to have to worry about that fee. We don't want you to have to pay that fee. So we will cover that fee for you. FIU Online will cover that application fee for you, but we ask that you follow these steps. Go ahead and complete your application at go.fiu.edu/apply. Now, in that application portal, towards the very end, there will be a payments option, a select payment option. So go ahead and select the payment by check option when you're submitting your application. And afterwards, just email us at onlineprograms@fiu.edu, letting us know you applied, and include your application number and your Panther ID, which these will be generated. You'll receive an email with these numbers. So again, 3-step process for us to go ahead and cover your application fee. Complete the application, and then at the end, select the pay by check option, and then afterwards, just email us. And then we'll look you up on the back end and we'll remove that fee for you. We'll go ahead and pay that fee for you. Now, really at this time, we've done a lot of sharing about the program, about the university and the features and benefits. And we created this space for us to also be able to answer any questions you may have. So if you have any questions, feel free to share them either via chat or go ahead and unmute your microphone or turn on your camera. This is what this space is for. We want to be able to answer your questions. So let's see what questions come in. Okay, we have our first question, and this is one of my favorite questions. Haley is asking about how many students are admitted each enrollment period. So I guess, would any of our faculty or any of our leaders on the call like to talk about how many students are admitted each semester?
Yeah, I can touch on that, Carla. Thank you. So we admit for the fully online program, we typically admit between 40 to 45 students per cohort. And for the hybrid track, we typically admit between 15 to 20 students per cohort. And then Taina says, how are the classes broken down per semester? So for the fully online track, students enroll in their prescribed sequence of courses. And so it is 3 classes per semester, with the exception of the 5th semester. I believe students will enroll in 4 courses, but one of the classes only 1 credit hours. And then the last semester, students will complete the integrated courses, which is choosing between either the administrative residency or the master's research project, which is 1 class at 2 credit hours. For the fast track hybrid program, classes are 8 weeks long. So instead of the traditional 16-week long classes in the fast track hybrid, you'll take 2 classes during the first 8 weeks of the semester. And then the second half of the semester, you'll take another 2 classes. And that'll continue through the tenure of the program for the hybrid, the fast track hybrid.
Thank you, Dr. Young. So I think that answered those 2 questions. If anybody else has any additional questions, feel free to share. All right, we've got one more question. This is a great question. Thank you for asking this. Does the undergraduate degree have to be in nursing or business, or it doesn't matter as long as you have a bachelor's degree? Phenomenal question. And Dr. Young, would you like to answer this question?
Sure. So it doesn't have to be a specific undergraduate degree. It just needs to be an undergraduate degree, and we'll look at the last 60 credit hours of your GPA for consideration into the program.
You know, one of the reasons I love this question so much about the bachelor's degree is because we do have students who are changing careers, career paths, or disciplines. And then we have students who have come from diverse backgrounds. And this is the beauty of, this is one of the beauty features of this degree, which it really prepare students regardless of what your background is, of what your discipline or industry has been. It really opens you up to work in, you know, in leadership for health services organizations, regardless of the function. So great question. Thank you for asking that. Let's see if any additional questions come in. This is what we are here for. And by the way, if you can't think of your question right now, we are available to help answer your question afterwards. We've got a team of people here, not only the folks connected on the meeting today, but we actually have a full team of people available to help you throughout your decision-making process and making sure that we're getting you in the right program that fits your needs. So let's see if any additional questions come in. Hi, Michelle. I think. Hi, Michelle. Let's see. I thought somebody opened up their microphone. You know, I have to say, as you're thinking about any additional questions you may have, I also want to share that I personally work with students who are coming into their degree programs, and one of the challenges that I see many students facing as they're going through the application process is that they are just filled with imposter syndrome. And kind of like what this looks like is like, you know, they have an interest in the degree, they get all excited about it, and then as they get ready to apply and looking at the admissions requirements in the process, they've got this little voice in their head saying like, hey, you're not going to get in, or like, hey, you don't have the admissions requirements. And I have to say that please don't listen to that voice. I just recently met a prospective student who actually shared that they took about 2 years to go ahead and submit their application because they weren't sure that they were going to get into the program. They did get into their program of choice, by the way, but it just goes to show that, you know, we've got all these like naysayer voices in our own heads. And it's like, hey, like, don't necessarily listen to that voice. We are here to help support you in your application process, in your decision-making process. And we actually want to make sure that you're getting in the right program. So we're here to guide you and to kind of like be your cheerleader as you're going through this process.
Thanks, Carla. That was great.
All right, let's see if any additional questions come in, or I don't know if maybe Dr. Young or Dr. Comelas, you have any additional advice for our prospective students and our future Panthers?
Yeah, so yeah, if the program does omit for spring and fall semesters. So if spring semester is too soon, we also omit during the fall semester. We don't omit over the summer, but we do have the 2 admission cycles, which are spring and fall, that students can take advantage of, or prospective students can take advantage of.
And I also want to mention that our names and profiles are on our website, Health Services Administration, under the Gold Wartime College of Nursing and Health Sciences, in case you may have any questions and want to reach out to any of you or any of us individually. At least from my end, please feel free to send an email if you have questions specifically regarding the program or the courses.
Yeah, don't hesitate to reach out if you have any questions after the session. If something pops up, yeah, definitely reach out. We're available.
Well, thank you. It looks like we've answered all of the questions for those of you on the call today. Thank you so much for sharing this space with us. We hope that this was informative for you and helpful in your decision-making process. Again, we are here for you if you need any guidance after the meeting, after this event, and we look forward to supporting you along the way and hopefully seeing you in our classes in January. Thank you and be well. Bye.